can't a dude just take his family on vacation? Bob Odenkirk returns in Nobody 2, and after the surprise hit of the first film, will this one make for a solid sequel? 4 years after he inadvertently took on the Russian mob, Hutch remains $30 million in debt to the criminal organization and is working it off with an unending string of hits on international thugs. Overworked, Hutch takes his family on a short getaway, but when a minor encounter with some town bullies yanks the family into the crosshairs of a corrupt theme park operator, Hutch finds himself the focus of the most unhinged, bloodthirsty crime boss he, or anyone, has ever encountered. Returning, we have Bob Odenkirk, Connie Nielsen, Gage Monroe, Paisley Catarath, RZA, and Christopher Lloyd. And then new for this go-round, we got John Ortiz, Colin Hanks, and Sharon Stone. Now this is pretty much the movie you think it is. Large amounts of brutal hand-to-hand combat, bone-crunching, face-smashing blows, and things that go boom in very large ways. I mean, it's a straightforward story. The family, they're not connecting too well after Hutch unretires. So to try and reconnect, he plans a family vacation. Of course, though, once he gets there, trouble finds him and things go wildly violent. The fight choreography throughout the movie is immersive and energetic. Thankfully, a lot of it is showcased for us without the interruptions of quick edits that change the angle every half second. And here, we get to watch people get thrown about in tight areas, with the camera following the blows and bodies as they bounce off of walls, floors, even boats. And really, I mean, come on. The reason we pretty much all go to see a story like this, it's for the fights. And when they're showcased, the movie, it does not disappoint. And to make these less repetitive, because really, I mean, how many times can we watch Hutch just slam somebody's head off of a table? There are some creative insertions of comedy and patient filming. A few times we get the action happening in frame, only for it to then move off screen without the camera moving. So we hear all sorts of painful interactions, but we can't see them. With then the eventual reveal of a character stumbling back into the shot, only to get wasted once we can actually see them. I mean, these aren't overused, but they're nice additions to just help keep the visuals fresh. Also, the locations all these battles take place in, they really help to create a lot of variety. From elevators to arcades, a water park, even a casino, they all provide unique settings to watch the carnage play out. And just like in the first movie, we continue to get Odenkirk playing Hutch as somebody who's just exhausted and unwillingly dragged back into the fray. The way that he crafts his facial expressions to showcase resignation to his circumstances, to then the frustrated realizations that he can't let certain actions slide, every scene shows Hutch to be somebody who just wants a break, if only the baddies would just let him have it. Connie Nielsen is a great counterpart to Odenkirk, allowing us to see the frustration and the distance that she's feeling in their relationship, but also not abandoning hope that they can move forward. And she also is fierce when it's called for, which hints at some history that we haven't been fully made aware of just yet. Her dynamic with Odenkirk, it's effortless, making their characters demonstrate a believably shared understanding of what really needs to happen and then do it. Christopher Lloyd and RZA have small roles here, but they still bring a lot of energy and familial bonds to the storytelling. And they help to illustrate why Hutch is how he is, and then how he attempts to be different. For the newcomers, John Ortiz is both foreboding and then clumsy. I understand the character's emotional progression for the story, but the writing has him going from someone menacing to being kind of goofy. I mean, I still appreciate the acting, and he is charismatic, even sympathetic. And as the sheriff, Colin Hanks is exactly what you expect him to be. So there are no surprises with the character, other than the fact that he should arrest himself for his choice of haircut. And then we got Sharon Stone, who is absolutely feasting on her baddie role. She's kind of like this Bond villain, but way more ruthless. And it's nice not to have some exposition monologues that just explain motives. Her ambition is crystal clear, and she appears then to be having a blast with her character. She's over the top and theatrical, but in a Sweeney Todd sort of theatrics, which makes for some brutal scenes. With all the action, the movie mostly flies by with the pacing. But in the down moments where we're in those in-between areas that are more transactional just to get us to another fight, these sequences feel slow and extremely rote in terms of plot. Really, I mean, come on, there's nothing surprising about this arc. Most aren't even going to care about the lack of story depth, but it was noticeable in the way these portions dragged the rest of the momentum down. There are brief attempts at depth when it does come to father-son relationships, but these are barely explored, leaving them to only be hints at deeper meaning and connection. This is a quick one at only 89 minutes, which I think is why the story is thin and basic, so as not to get belabored by development and instead put us right into action. This is an enjoyable ride that's full of urgent pursuit, savage fighting, well-timed humor, and a likable cast. While the plot is overly basic and it feels quite generic, Odenkirk rises above the mediocrity to revisit his quiet character and deliver easy thrills. If you're looking for a summertime escape, go with Hutch on vacation and just enjoy the tumultuous ride. There's no sex or nudity, a lot of profanity, and a ton of violence. I give Nobody 2 3.5 out of 5 couches. So where is your ideal vacation spot? Is it someplace well known, or is it like this hidden gem? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.